I'm getting way better at using my my Loupedeck for doing this stuff. Back to the single camera today. That one's working, but not happy with the colour balance between the two. It's to be understandable. That doesn't even make sense. It's understandable though, since that's an SLR, this is a webcam. Still not convinced about the resolutions and all of that guff, so it's probably going to end up going through the capture card. I'm going to try it with my other Panasonic, the G7. It'll be interesting to see if that outputs at a higher resolution or whether it's something to do with a limitation of the webcam driver software that they've introduced. I think it's a few years old now and it's still in beta. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about on there. It's really good having two cameras and being able to control everything via the Loupedeck. I absolutely love this thing. I've been using it for a few years now, but I've only really started to take advantage of it since I've been doing more of the editing day to day. So yesterday I wasn't in a good mood. Still not in a particularly good mood. I'm not in a bad mood. Everything is doing my head in. People, things. So yeah, took the opportunity earlier to go and visit the other local gym. Not the mold infested hellhole that I was previously going to. This is another one of the council gyms. Funnily enough, where I went to school as a child has been turned into a gym now, so their swimming pool is a gym area, council owned one, so subscribing to that means I could use either of them. The downside to this place is, I say it's a downside, not necessarily a downside. The weights only go up to 25 kilogram, but let's face it, these days I'm not really pushing ridiculous amounts of weights like I were. I continually injure myself, so it's more about conditioning, losing some weight. So I'm almost certainly going to join that gym and see how it goes. I'm tentatively considering joining for the year because you get like 2 months extra free, so it saves 60 quid. And it seems to have come down in price. I'm pretty certain the last time I looked at the council gyms, it was 35 quid, not 29 quid a month. So we'll see. The upside to that means I could go pretty much 5 days a week back to what I was doing, which will be better for me. I could escape there in the evenings, yada yada yada. So yeah, it seemed alright. It was really quiet. Don't know what it'll be like at peak times, but the guy said it was fairly quiet, and all of the bigger lifters go up to the other gym because they've got cages, bigger weights and all that stuff, so I can swap between the two. Both of them are convenient. This one's closer to home. That one I can go past on the way to work or coming back from work, as the case may be, because it doesn't open until 6:30 in the morning, which is a little bit late for my liking. I kind of like to be in the gym for that time, but it is what it is anyway. And camera stuff then, let's talk about that. So I didn't get a chance to do a hobby video yesterday. Well, I did. I smashed one out super fast. Just talking about how I didn't get a chance to do a hobby video because I haven't had any time recently since my friend left to kind of do any of the actual hobby side of my hobby. It's all been housekeeping kind of stuff, sorting things out, getting things in place. But I've had some really good feedback, like I said yesterday, from the previous video, and that seems to be continuing to come in. So I'm going to go and do a tutorial on how I paint in my Stormcast. That seems to be getting quite a lot of interest, so hopefully that'll help some people out. Quite looking forward to doing that. And yeah, super busy day today. I should have been in the office, but I've worked from home, which has been useful because it's quiet here. The missus out, she had to take my car because we had a puncture in her car, so there's all of that situation going on. And yeah, I just needed some quiet, I think, without having to speak to anybody. As I say, I was in bed super early last night because I was done. Didn't want to speak to anybody. Had enough of the day and people in general, so sometimes you've got to have those resets, haven't you? So we'll see how it goes. Still not in the brightest of moods, but we'll see how that progresses. I don't think it's going to change, to be absolutely honest, because I've still got to be in bonnet about social media. People constantly talk like this. It's like, hate it. On the upside, one of the tiny people that runs the gym who was just so small. I don't know what it would do if anybody actually kicked off with him. I asked about the situation with people training the thumbs there, and apparently they do have a policy. Whether it's enforced or not, he said he was one of the people that did enforce it, which doesn't fill me with confidence when people say things like I do it. People training the thumbs in groups and prattling about with cameras rather than getting in, doing the exercise and clogging up equipment. That irks me as much as people using mobile phones just in general when you're spending time with them, or being constantly in the phone all of the time, even when you're gaming and stuff. It's put the phones down. Step away from the goddamn phone, put it on the other side of the room, put it on silent, and actually engage with the real world. Nobody cares. Nobody looks at your Facebook profiles. Well, nobody does anymore. I mean, nobody even looks at my Instagram stuff anymore. I mean, not that I post on Instagram. I only ever post on my hobby account because I just don't care. Yes, and now all the stuff with the rioting and all of the idiots and the AI posting. We would be much better off as a society if we just got rid of all of the people that spent all of the time on mobile phones. Religion, politics, although I do quite enjoy politics, and sport. If we got rid of those things, society would be a better place. In fact, if we just got rid of the people into those things, we'd downsize. The whole hunger crisis issue would be less of a thing. Overcrowding, not a problem. Yeah, I think I've just solved it. Right, I'm going to go because I made myself a coffee at lunchtime and it's now not lunchtime. And I forgot to actually get the coffee, so that was an hour ago. Cold coffee. Till tomorrow, don't murder anybody. See ya.